I want you to remember one thing before this story starts. The people who love you the least are often the ones who smile at you the most in public. Keep that in mind because by the end of tonight, you'll understand exactly why. If stories about respect, betrayal, and the moments that change everything speak to you, subscribe to Body Vengeance. Now, let's get into it. My name is Daniel, and 3 weeks ago, my wife looked me dead in the eyes in a room full of 200 people and asked me to disappear. It didn't start that way. It started with candlelight and champagne. Rebecca had spent 11 months on the biggest project of her career, a downtown landmark her firm had fought hard to win. When they finally broke ground, the company threw a celebration at one of the city's grandest hotels. Chandeliers, live piano, the kind of night that looks perfect in photographs. "You'll love everyone," she told me in the car, smoothing my collar with her fingers. "Just be yourself." I believed her. That was my first mistake. Inside, she lit up the room. Executives shook her hand. Colleagues toasted her name. I stood a step behind her, quiet, proud, invisible. And I told myself that was fine. I wasn't there to be seen. I was there for her. Then her director walked over, practically glowing. "The regional partners just landed. We need to introduce you right now." Rebecca's smile froze for half a second. She turned to me and her voice dropped so low that only I could hear it. "Daniel, could you head home? I really need to focus tonight. It'll be easier if I'm not worrying about entertaining anyone." Anyone. Not you. Anyone. Like I was a coat check ticket she'd forgotten to redeem. I searched her face for a flicker of guilt. There wasn't one. Just impatience, dressed up as an apology. "Sure," I said. "Whatever you need." She exhaled, relieved, already turning back toward the crowd before I'd even picked up my jacket. Nobody around us noticed. The room kept laughing, kept clinking glasses, while I walked myself out of my own marriage's biggest night. I reached the ballroom doors. My hand was on the handle. And that's when a voice, sharp, urgent, carrying across the entire room, stopped me cold. "Daniel, wait." Every head turned, including Rebecca's. It wasn't her voice. It was his, Mr. Harrison, the founding partner, the man whose signature was on the building itself. He crossed the ballroom fast, hand already extended, face lit up like he'd just spotted an old friend in a crowd of strangers. And in front of every executive, every manager, every person Rebecca had spent the whole night impressing, he said the sentence that stopped the music in her eyes. "Do you people have any idea who this man is?" Silence. Real silence. The kind you can feel in your chest. 10 years ago, he said, this company was 2 signatures away from bankruptcy. Daniel rebuilt our entire recovery plan for free. Never took a dollar. Never told a soul. If it weren't for him, there's no party tonight. There's no company tonight. Someone's glass stopped halfway to their lips. Rebecca's face went white. "You never told me that." "You never asked what I did before I was just your husband," I said quietly. Mr. Harrison turned toward her, and for the first time all night, his warmth disappeared. I saw him heading for the door. Something tells me I should walk out with him. And he did, in front of 200 people. The most powerful man in that room chose me over her introduction to the partners, and everyone watched him do it. Rebecca didn't move for a long moment. Then she ran. But that's not where this story ends. Because what happened in the parking lot 5 minutes later is the part she still can't forgive herself for. And the part that changed everything between us for good.